G'day viewers, I'm here with Eva again.
Hi.
And it's time we wanted to have another rant. This is based on some things we saw, said in both news, magazines and online.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Particular sort of person that's been bugging us. In fact, bugging you way more than me.
Yeah, it really, really bugs me. Bugs me to the core. And the word that people use for this is not always a word I particularly like to use, but I'm going to use it so that you understand what we're talking about because it's a fairly universal term. The term is feminazis.
See, she said it, not me. You can't pick on me.
No, I said it. I said it because it is a term that people will recognise. And the reason that we are talking about it today is because I, for one, am really getting tired of being told that I'm not a real feminist because of the lifestyle that I choose to lead and the work that I choose to do.
Yeah, and it's I see this a lot now. Clearly, all I get is I'm not a feminist because I'm male, and that's cool because I plan to stay that way, so that's okay. But it covers a spectrum, and it's the hypocrisy that I think bugs us both. It's that we're fighting for women's freedom to choose, so long as they choose the thing that we want them to choose.
Yes. See, the thing that bothers me is I get a lot of people telling me that how can I be a feminist when I work in such a misogynistic industry, which is the sex industry. And what I try and explain to people is the industry that I work in and that many of my colleagues work in is actually run by a lot of women, is enjoyed by a lot of women and is supported by a lot of women. And I'm one of those women that support the adult industry, absolutely. I support the women that work in it. I support the women that choose to watch it. I support the men that choose to watch it or use the services of it. I mean, it's everything from pornography to going to a strip club to seeing a sex worker to, you know, anything that comes under this huge banner of the sex industry. And to be told that because I've made this choice myself, that I'm wrong is really insulting. And the way that they say it as well is even more insulting because it's this kind of little dig that basically says that I've been brainwashed into thinking that I'm making this choice for myself. I am not really making a choice. I just think I am because of the way that the patriarchy has been constructed around me.
And it's a very weird hypocrisy to me with a certain, it's a sliver of people who identify as feminists who say the instant somebody disagrees with their orthodoxy, that person doesn't have their own mind. It's like, every time they do it, I just want to pull them aside. Okay, now imagine a man saying that to a woman that they can't possibly be making their own mind up on this. And how are you going to react to that?
Yeah, that's right. And I find that it is so... It's hypocritical. Like Angry just said, it's this idea that I... You know, to me, feminism represents autonomy and freedom and choice. It says to me that because I am a woman, or, you know, regardless of the fact that I'm a woman, I have exactly the same opportunities as a man. I have absolutely the same opportunities as every single person in this world to live how I want to live, to work how I want to work, to see who I want to see, to do what I want to do, to be autonomous and make up my own mind. However, obviously, the mind that I've made up and the choices that I've made, they're not my own, according to these women, and it's really insulting.
Yeah, and look, I want to throw out the weirdest one, the one that really made me jump on the bandwagon and say, oh, no, let's have a rant about this. Friend of mine, a Twitter friend, Lena, who is a gamer, writes about gaming, and is a mum, she bemoaned, the circles she moves in, the twin circles of gaming and feminism, both look down on her being a mum. And I joked, I thought, yeah, gamers are complete pricks, okay? They're idiots. And I went, oh, well, we know which one's actually going to treat you the worst, don't we? And she said, yeah, feminists. And I went, no. No, they're not worse than gamers. And she went, there is a and the ones who get down on mums are a quite a subset.
Well, you know, I've had that.
Yeah,
because I'm a mum, and I chose for a long time to be a stay-at-home mum because you know, look, if it had been a different world and the work that I was doing at the time had a slightly higher pay packet than the work my husband was doing at the time, then, you know, maybe it would have been different and he probably would have stayed at home. But the way that it worked out, you know, I stayed at home. And then when I made the choice to go into sex work and made the choice to be a sex writer and all this, I'm told that no, that's not really your choice.
Yeah.
You know, I've even been harassed by some feminists because I'm married. Because I chose to get married.
Wow. Yes.
And, you know, but it's okay because I kept my own name. And I'm just thinking, well, I kept my own name for reasons other than the feminist reason. I kept it because my work has been, you know, a lot of my writing, a lot of my work has always been in my name, and I thought it would just be a bit too tricky to change the paperwork if I changed, you know, to my married name. I use it for certain things. But then I've done the awful thing of giving my child my husband's surname. So I'm, you know, letting down the women's movement yet again because, you know, I'm a sex worker or a former sex worker, I'm a sex writer, I have a lot of sex, I enjoy talking about it, I even watch pornography, I have a lot of female friends who are pornography, you know, performers. I'm a mum, I'm a wife, and I am also a feminist. I'm a feminist because I believe women are equal.
Can I just say, and all our friends who have sort of prompted this, all would self-identify as feminists, okay? Again, we're not taking the conservative line about feminism's destroying the family. No, we're actually very pro-feminist. It's just this subset of weirdness.
Oh, I'm absolutely pro-feminism. I think, you know, just the idea that, you know, it's in the same vein as, I suppose, this whole equal marriage rights. Rights are rights. We shouldn't have to fight for them. And I feel like an idiot having to stand up here and justify my life choices because some women seem, and I get more shit about this from women than I do from men, and I find that disturbing.
Yeah. And so, you know, I think our general thing is, if you're about choice, you have to allow for choices you don't agree with.
Yes.
If they're not hurting you, if they're not limiting you, get off someone's case. And just in case some conservatives are watching this and feeling really smug, okay, the whole thing, you know, the freedom of choice, like, and I get this particularly from my American friends who are Republicans, it's like, oh, government's ruining our life. Yeah, right up to the point where someone says, I should be able to marry someone of the same gender. No, the government's got to stop you from doing that. It's like, government should stay alive, but I want to make abortion illegal. It's like, no, idiot, okay? Freedom of choice means freedom to do things that you don't like. Freedom of speech means allowing speech you don't agree. Like, you know, when you see people saying like, oh, you know, this religion, I don't like that, we're a Christian nation, but if someone just says, you know what, I'd actually like to move all religion to the side, it's a war on my religion, why are you doing that? Why are you persecuting me?
And it's the same with this, you know, my choices may not be the choices that you would make in your life. That's okay. I'm not asking you to make that choice. I'm just asking you to respect the fact that I made that choice. It was a choice. I've never been forced into doing anything in my life, and I probably never will be because, you know, I'm a strong, independent, intelligent female who can live her own life. Thank you very much.
I, for one, wouldn't even be attempting to force anything over here. No.
You can't do that, you silly little woman.
Yeah. The idea, the physical injury that would accompany that is just not something I'm going for. So, you know, hey, everyone, how about
chill
a bit of live and let live? Acknowledge that when you fight for something that's important to you, someone with a different point of view who makes different choices, their fight is just as valid.
Like, I don't mind you telling me that you disagree with me. What I mind is you telling me that I can't do, or that I shouldn't be, or that I'm being tricked into this by some kind of weird brainwashing technique of the patriarchy.
Yeah,
no.
If you're convinced of the rightness of your views and your choices, lead by example. Don't dictate.
Yeah, just shut up.
Yeah, and then we'll stop calling you feminazis.
Yeah.
And
anyway.
with the shitstorm that's doubtless going to generate in comments, we look forward to seeing that, and we'll be back to stir some more shit later. Bye!